So there's a new tone to this offense under Ben Johnson, and one intense moment involving Cole Kmet that everyone's talking about. What is this juicy goss?
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago during the first OTAs that we were allowed to go see out in the public, and Ben Johnson got right in Cole Kmet's face. I mean,
Oh,
it was funny because he brought it up yesterday. Yesterday was the first time we got a chance to talk to Cole and kind of ask him, "How's everything going? How are you adapting to a second tight end that may or may not be coming for your job?" And he was asked about that, and he was like, "It's funny because I was just a yard off. I was a yard off, and we all watched Ben just get right in his face." And it was that intense part where we're like, we didn't expect this, especially in OTAs where you're supposed to be learning. It's supposed to be, just a not an easy learning curve. This is professional football after all, but this is the second day of install offensively for the Bears, and you've got the new head coach getting right into the fifth-year veteran from Notre Dame. I mean, that's impressive for the head coach, but it's also impressive for Cole to just kind of take it and be like, yeah, it was cool. He talked to me afterwards and he said, I was trying to get you the football and you were 1 yard off and you wouldn't have gotten the football. But it's that intense part of it, which I think Cole's been buying into. And we talked a lot about that buy-in with him yesterday. And he was really honest about it. It's one thing I really appreciate about Cole Kmet.
So there's no indication, Chris, that this would indicate any kind of strain in the relationship between the star tight end and the brand new coach.
Oh, not at all. And I think the biggest part was we asked him about that. We asked Cole, like, they drafted a tight end. What was your first reaction? He's like, I was taken aback. I was really taken aback that they draft a guy when I've been here for 5 years and I've been playing well. I've been one of the focal points of the team when I've been called upon. And then he said right after that, the first person he got a call from was Ben Johnson. It was Ben Johnson explained it to him. See, I know it seems a little strange, but this is my plan for you, and this is where you're going to be, and this is how you fit into where the whole plan of the vision is going forward. And Cole was like, I bought in. As soon as he told me that, I was like, okay, I'm in. I see the vision. I see where this is going to be going. And that's a lot. That's especially the accountability factor, that something that we all missed last year with the Bears, something that we were really looking for and we just never really got. But this year we got it. He took accountability for the drafting a tight end and talking to a star tight end and saying, hey, this is what's going to happen. And this is where I see you fitting. And you got to be cool with that if you want to be a part of this team.
I bet there's so many conversations that we obviously are not a part of between the coach, the teammates, the inner workings of these personal relationships, because I do feel like a lot of times with interviews or, locker room talk, everyone is so respectful of each other. It's almost like a brothership.
When they know the cameras are on and it's a news conference situation, they're coached by their agents.
Is that what it is?
I think so, because they're also young.
Right.
These are young guys.
And they
keep
really
in mind.
compose it.
Yeah, I really feel like most of these professional athletes are pretty good in front of the microphones.
Yeah.
Now, Chris, let me ask you this: is it unusual to see this level of intensity for this early in OTAs, and how much does it differ? Because Cole Kmet is probably more used to Matt Eberflus's approach. Now we have this new approach. How unusual is this level of intensity for late May, early June?
Yeah, when I think back to last year, I think it was really funny because we were all kind of thinking about it too. It's like this kind of thing was not happening last year, and I think it's just different coaching styles, different strokes for different folks. But I think the one thing that we kept hearing about Ben Johnson was that he is intense. He has a brand of intensity that's gonna light a fire right away, and we saw that we literally right away. And I think it's a little unusual, especially for some of the coaches that have been in the league for a while that have that set standard and that make it well known. This is what I want from you guys, but this is Ben Johnson. The Bears don't know what they don't know what he wants from them, not yet at least. So he needs to go out there day one literally and put his foot down and say, this is what I'm looking for. This is what's acceptable and this is what's not acceptable. And I think it's a little interesting when you think about it that way, because this is him just putting his foot down. And I think that the players are all receptive to that, especially the veterans we got to talk to yesterday. They were like, yeah, if you don't study up and make sure that you know what's coming, what the playbook is, then you're going to struggle. But if you don't, if you don't study, then you're going to have a hard time. And I think it's one of those things where you got to remember that these guys are asking for perfection, and you're never going to get perfect in sports, no matter what sport you play, especially football. But at the end of the day, if you come somewhere close to that, a pretty good football team.
All right, Chris, we are out of time, but keep us posted. We're going to be checking back in with you once minicamp gets into full swing for more updates on how this offseason transpires. We got a lot of cause for optimism here on your home for the Bears. Chris Kwiecinski, thank you, sir, as always.
My pleasure, guys.